Welcome back to part 2 of me flipping furniture to pay off my new truck. My first goal was to make a $1,000 payment on the truck, and my first flip got me almost halfway there with $480 of profit. That situation is kind of rare, so let's see how I do on my next flip. The next project I sold was the Waiting Forever Outside the Plano U-Haul nightstands. So for each project, I come up with a unique name for my notes because otherwise I would have like a ton of notes that had the same name, oversized 3-drawer nightstands. This was another late night pickup to get these. The seller wanted to meet at the U-Haul store in Plano. I got there and I let them know that I was there. I was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and I wasn't hearing anything back. Well, finally they responded, and it turned out that the seller was actually using their coworker to list the nightstands for her because she was afraid of meeting strangers. And so I had been communicating with him this whole time, and I guess he had missed all my messages. And the seller, well, she had been there at the parking lot the whole time I was there, so we were both just waiting. So that's where the name comes from for these Waiting Forever Outside the Plano U-Haul nightstands. Kind of sounds like a Lana Del Rey song, so that's fun. After all that, I paid way too much for these nightstands. $120 for nightstands that are not name brand is just way too much. But they were, oversized, like king size nightstands, so I had that going for me. I got new drawer pulls off of Amazon for $18, primer $25, paint was like around $50. I did get a new drawer liner, that was about $25. These did have some broken drawer brackets, so I had to get those. That was $10 to get that fixed, and then miscellaneous stuff always comes out to be like around $10 just as an estimate. So the total investment for this project was $258, quite a bit more than I'd like to spend on a project, but yeah, I paid way too much for these nightstands. Fortunately, these did sell really well. I sold them for $575. I did deliver them for free because the buyer was pretty close by. So that means the profit for this project was $317. My first project had a profit of $480, so that brings my total to $797. That means I need just over $200 to reach my first goal. Hopefully I get there with my next flip, so come back and see what sells next.